it is very concerning, absolutely, and we've always been very worried about the Straits of Hormuz, but at the same time, it's not as if this is a new area for unrest and things to worry about. So although the specifics of the naval exercises are extremely concerning, the reality of the broader picture is, I wouldn't say steady state, but it's like constantly like this. If they do something here, it's going to be not just the US that comes after them. You're going to see Saudi coming after them, China. It'll be cataclysmic.
So there's a real push-pull here, though. Oil's about where it was back in June, right? With the Saudis did the agreement to increase production. Now we've got the whole Iran mess. It's sort of balancing itself out here. What happens from here, or does it all depend on Iran?
Well, you have to remember that the OPEC meeting, as you said, June 22nd, very specifically aimed to add more oil into the market in agreement with the Russians. These are really the two biggest oil producers in the world outside the US, which makes the third. And as you said, actually, in fact, oil prices are still where they were. So with them both really going to record highs again in terms of production, particularly Russia hitting all-time highs, the physical addition of oil has left us flat. So I think that's the balance, and the balance basically is the geopolitics.
What's going on with the Iranian oil right now under the weight of sanctions and their economy and their currency getting absolutely crushed?
Right. So Iran came back post-sanctions being lifted to 3.8 million barrels a day. Now, basically, the US is putting pressure on buyers not to buy the oil, basically through financial means. And so we're expecting to see Iranian volumes drop off, and that's another physical reason, firstly, that the oil market hasn't sold off more, and secondly, another reason why the Iranians are doing, what you've seen them do today, which is that if they get cut off from oil exports, it's a major problem for me. And by the way, Bob, if I could just interrupt, there's major unrest within Iran right now.
Oh, yeah.
So that's another dynamic.
What about oil production? Exxon was terrible. I mean, the production they can't replace their oil anymore. And why can't they? Is there a political problem? Can they not find it? Do they not want the capital outlay? You've seen what happened with Exxon. It was terrible.
Yeah, Exxon's a bit of a special situation. I mean, I think really the company has such a massive base and had really, as you know, the XTO deal and some other big deals, but particularly an attempt to get into Russia that ended because of sanctions. And that really suddenly left them short on a 4 million barrel a day base. And now they're turning the supertanker as our analogy, but it really is going to take them 5 years and a major investment program to overcome that. And it was really a long-term Russia strategy that went with Crimea.
Very quickly, Paul, so if it's not driving up the price of oil, does all of these tensions with Iran at least put a floor? I mean,
we'll see. I mean, personally, I'm very bullish, very concerned, because the other element here is that overall inventories are quite low and there's very low spare capacity globally. So my personal view is seemingly the same as yours, which is there's enormous risk right now in oil, and I'm kind of surprised that not more is happening. The US under Trump has said we want lower prices. Saudi has kind of said we want lower prices. That seems to be the only dynamic in the other direction right now.